we dive into all your top stories, we're going to have a chat this morning with the former Bosasa COO, Angelo Agrizzi, about yesterday's Constitutional Court ruling that essentially cleared President Cyril Ramaphosa of misleading Parliament. The judgment effectively ripped apart the Public Protector's report, which claimed that the President had lied to Parliament, that he personally benefited from Bosasa's R500,000 donation, and that he may have been involved in money laundering. The President has been completely exonerated, but we'd like to know more from one of the people really at the heart of the Bosasa organization, just how common donations like these actually were. Well, let's cross now to the company's criminally charged former COO, Angelo Agrizzi. Mr. Agrizzi, a good morning to you. Thank you so much for giving us your time.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
I am well. Let's get into it. 500,000 rand donated to the CR17 campaign. It certainly isn't small change. Was this common practice at Bosasa to donate large amounts like this to political campaigns?
There was monopoly money. That was small change compared to what had gone out. I think what people don't understand is if you read the Public Protector's report, and I'm so glad that the President's been exonerated, because this was all part of a scheme to try and entrap the President. And if you read that, there were actually much bigger donations that went to Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma's party and campaign as well. So, you know, this was just a small part, a small drop in the ocean of the amount of money that Gavin Watson would pay out to find political alliances.
Yeah, would you care to share some of those amounts, some that you remember?
Oh, I think I gave testimony to it. You're looking at between 6 and 12 million rand to the ANC for the campaign previously. You're looking at spending in excess of about 2-3 million rand on birthday parties for Jacob Zuma. There's so many, you know, you just need to go back into my testimony and have a look how many times, you know, the Watsons paid out money to form political alliances with the President and those in power.
Yeah, I mean, going back to your testimony, there really were a lot of amounts. One would have to comb through all of that. But was there really no expectation that an amount like that, so let's talk about the 500,000 rand, right? That an amount like that would be given and the company would get nothing in return?
You know, I honestly believe that the President did not know about it. I think that he was taken by surprise. I think that at the end of the day, it was just one of the many mechanisms that Gavin Watson would use to try and corrupt and try and influence and bring into his little cult or fray politicians. So I think, honestly, I don't think that Cyril Ramaphosa, the President, knew anything about it. I think it just happened. I happened to find out about it, and I went immediately and tried to warn one of the people that were close to the President at that stage not to even get involved with it and to stay away from it.
Interesting. Did Bosasa ever make these kind of donations to other political parties, or was it just the ANC?
Only the ANC.
Yeah. Was there a reason for that?
Well, Gavin Watson liked to have control over the political party and have control over who was in power, and that was important to him because that would protect him in various you know, situations that he found himself. Whether it was to approve an EIA, or whether it was to approve a spending plan from government, whether it was to protect him from the hawks or from an investigation like with the NPA. I mean, I played it on national TV where he specifically sets out how he tells the previous President, Jacob Zuma, exactly what needs to be done in the NPA, who he has spoken to, how Johannes Gumede, the chairman of Bosasa, got involved with people from the Hawks to try and avert the charges that were laid.
It's a lot that you're telling us there, and it's a lot to really take in as South Africans. But now that you're sitting on the outside, do you really think that political party donations should still be allowed?
I personally don't think so. I think that political parties should get off their butts and actually go there and campaign and not need funding to be able to get support and garner support. I think once you start throwing money behind it, you start muddying the waters and you start getting dirty politics, is what we've seen.
Yeah, let's talk about some of your own issues. You've effectively been charged as a criminal for your involvement in Bosasa's dealings. You have your own 1.8 billion rand court case that's been postponed till August that's going on. How confident are you feeling ahead of it? And of course, what's next for you?
Well, I can't comment. I mean, we need to clear up the mess first, and we need to understand exactly, who's behind a lot of the things. One thing you must ask yourself, and everybody should be asking, is why was Gavin Watson never charged? Why were the people that built the houses and funded the houses never charged? It was very selective, and I think that's got to do as well with the donations that were made previously.
Yeah, well, we do appreciate your time. Thank you for speaking to us. That is the former Bosasa COO, Angelo Agrizzi.